Chris, how's that look? All the lights on, everything's square, everything's shutting. Still need a stripe for right there, so already marked the wood. I want to trim it, so I'm just going to think on this a little bit and leave it like it is, because I got a couple of more things up front I can go ahead and knock out. One of them is your inner splashes. I've got the rubber for that, so I'm going to jack it up and knock that out. And then while it's up in the air, I'm going to hook up this nozzle. You sent me a sprayer nozzle for your wind squirter, so I'm going to hook it up to your pump and power it and see how the pattern sprays out to see if I can get it in range. I want to go about that far between the windshield and where I can mount this. Like this mount on the hood, the pattern will be so far off it wouldn't really hit the windshield right. So let's test this thing out and work on those splashes. Got all this rigged up here to test this sprayer to see how far out it sprays and how hard it's going to spray, because this one had two big size sprayers and they're big lines, and I'm going to have to reduce them down to this. And I went back to the Explorer and I was able to get all that hard line. I kept all that hard line that was in the headliner, and it was in excellent condition, and all the ends and the 90s and the T's and all that. And I'll be able to use every bit of that factory Ford stuff to run this back up under there. But let me show you how good this thing sprays. That is crazy. So let me set it up in here and let's see how it does, and I can locate it. All right, I've been test running a little bit, and I want to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get it right down in there to where it is spraying. Where it's spraying right there. We'll really wash it off if there's something on your windshield. So just got to find that location in this cowl, and then we'll put it in there. Here we go. I have measured it and sprayed it and tried to simulate how far down it's going to set, because I can't get it in the exact spot with the nozzle tip on it where the hose goes on. And I think this is it. So here we go. Point of no return. Alright, got a pilot hole in. Alright, I've already done a test run on another piece of metal with this drill, so I know this is the right one I need. It's going to be just a little bit bigger than that nozzle, not much, but that's going to allow for paint and protect it on the edge of that once I get this all painted. Battery went in. Hey, until they can make a battery that works in my cordless drill without leaving me stranded, or my cell phone without leaving me stranded, I'm not going to get a battery powered car. And there it is. Alright, I'm going to countersink both sides. That's going to give it a little ramp to go in, and then a little ramp for the teeth to lock in on the sides. And then we'll put it in here and see how it sprays. Well, I hope it's in the right spot. Alright, now do the inside. One truth on the wiper. There it is, and it is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I tried to get it a good spot here where it looks good here, and then dialed it in against the window there, and it's spraying just perfectly right there. Couldn't have done any better. So now I'm going to run the hose, and I can make that where it comes in and out, and we'll do our paint work, and it's perfect. I talked to you in Vegas about doing the inner splashes, and when I made your inner fenders, I left a lip, or I made a lip in there that followed along that I could attach a splash to if we want to put one on. And you said you did, so I found this rubber here, and I'm fixing to do some masking in there. I'm going to use masking tape paper to make the outline of it. Then I'm going to come back and cut this and stick it in there. I'm going to try to blow through this pretty quick. That's what I got so far. I made a template out of some masking paper. That kind of goes up there and houses around your upper control arm. And then I made that piece the exact size of the piece of rubber that I had. Then I laid it over the piece of rubber, and I had cut this out, which is a nice little splash right there. And real quick, simple, just drill some screws in there and hold all that in place. Might make a little bracket to hold the bottom right there, but pretty quick and easy, great little splash. So I got the first splash done. That went pretty quick and easy. I've got it secured up there with some screws around the top, and I may change them out for rivets and do a little plate once I got this fender off. But I had to mock it all up with the weight on the vehicle, and I'll show you how this looks. Here's your splash, and I made you a little mud flap right there that bolts in and goes to the frame, and I made you one up front Right in there's another little bracket, and it's a good little splash right there. So now I'm going to go knock out the other side. Alright, and here's your passenger side shield, and that worked out real nice, and threaded it in the frame, and you can remove it. And once I get the fender off, I'll kind of clean up everything and make it look a little better under there, but nice little shield.